Okay, I think we're on. It's finally working. So, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, cool. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone back to the channel, Structures for Humanity. This is the Seven Sisters live here in the flesh, guys. Guys, please come in. We're going to start right away. So, I'm on my 7 days, but today is a very, very, very important cleansing for the collective. And I truly did want to do this live as well, because I know that you guys also are here to support the collective. So it's kind of all hands on deck. I'm going to kind of set up what's going on, and then some of the other sisters are going to tell you guys their findings. And we're going to start to remove what I can only call the adversary force of God, which is, as we call it here on this planet, most people call it Satan. And how this kind of started out is, let me see if I can make a self view. How this started out is we wanted to channel the entity 7. So both Lee and I, we wanted to channel it separately. We didn't know what we would find, and we didn't want to get everyone else in the energy field. We wanted to make sure that it was safe and that it was of good soil, right? So a few days ago, we went to channel 7. And what's interesting is right away, our space is filled up with so much energy. It almost like the message bypassed 7, or rather 7 was a gateway to meet with this adversary force of God, which I'm basically calling the shadow. The energy was so thick. I'll run down a list of things that will be happening: death, destruction, war, bombs, children laying lifeless in the street, piles of bodies, so you just have to burn. No graves, just too much destruction and death, so you just have to burn them where they lay. These are some of the things that we picked up. But the higher source wants this energy cleansed out. And the higher source is calling all light workers, saying that our light is being too timid in this time. And this is why it feels that everything is going chaotic, is because the light is bargaining with the darkness. Mother God is saying in this moment that when it's time for light, we have to be unapologetic. And instantly, when we shine our light, it may cause a bit of destruction, because light has a natural army too, just like the darkness. Anytime you switch energies abruptly, there will be an energetic fallout. However, the fallout will be what it is. But if the light does not assert itself firmly, then I believe that 7's message could come true of humanity ending. So I want to tap back in with Lee, and then Angela, and then all of us collectively, because I think we have a collective plan on how we can clear this out. So when we think about the collective shadow aspect, it's not a shadow, it's more of a shadow that has a separate consciousness. So there's a quote in the Cosmic Bible: "For darkness is only darkness when it refuses to work with the light." Well, this is what we've identified. We've identified an energy, a collective consciousness that refuses to work with the light. It doesn't want to leave. It knows that it's the time for light to come and shine, but it refuses to go. And this is the conflict we're having, because we know when we assert ourselves, this could also cause mass destruction, mass hysteria, a mass energy shift. And tomorrow, where the protest, source is telling me it's an energy heist. The dark knows that they're losing. So they set this up so that they could get more life force to keep themselves in control and ahead of all of us. So I want to say that. Let's hear from Lee on what she has to say about this collective darkness that refuses to work with the light.
Oh, wow. Okay. So when I channeled into it, it it didn't feel dense. That was the weird thing. When it started taking over my body, it felt like vibrations, right?
Mhm.
And it felt I don't know if I want to say it expanded me, but I wonder if it was just trying to cloak itself, if that makes any sense. Trying to pretend it's something of the light when it wasn't.
Mhm.
And that's what I found out on just in general with working with this type of energy. Especially like, Eva, right? That's the one that I've been struggling or battling the most with. And it just comes in subtly. And I keep reminding people it's the doubts, it's those little nudges. It's not very strong. And that's kind of how it cloaks itself because it's the same thing as source and like your angels and guides. It's not strong nudges, right? It's just gentle. And so it's intelligent, right? I feel like it's learned so much throughout the years, like eons of years, right? Um and and the thing is, whenever you feel the fear or just a sense of doubt, I feel like that's an indication that this isn't of the light, right? And yeah, and I can feel Mother Ethereal's wrath. Um, and I worked with her. I channeled her yesterday, and that's why my body was just weakening, and I was fearful. Like I felt her power, and it didn't occur to me it was her coming through. It wasn't until I read, like I randomly turned to a page in the Cosmic Bible, and it was that little poem that you've introduced us to, right? The is it Mother of the Living Waters? And then I read a few
Mhm.
pages after, and everything that was in the Bible it resonated with me, and I was terrified, of her power. And then it wasn't until today, and I called Trinity. She helped me through it, and she told me not to be afraid because I know that I want to confirm that there are going to be many, many lives lost. This is why, like, I was holding her back. I was holding her wrath back because I know how much is going to be lost, and I, and at that, like earlier this morning, like I told Trinity, like, I don't want to feel like this is my fault. But at the same time, she told me it's not because of anger and hatred, it's because of love. She told me to zoom out and see that this is for the love of humanity, the cleansing,
Mhm.
right? And that the resetting, there needs to be destruction. And yeah, it's very powerful, that energy. And to combat that energy, we must become powerful as well and step into our power, our full power. and don't scale back.
Yeah. Lee, I want to confirm something with you. When so the poem on page 54, The Great Deep Wide, when I read that, I knew that it was Eva. And I don't know if I ever told you guys that or not, but it is the shadow version. It is the part of the destruction. So I'll just read it really quickly and then we'll hear from Angela and some of the other sisters. So on page 54 in the Cosmic Bible, it says, I am the lush waves of the great brave ocean. I am the elements within the molecules of the great wide. I am the velvety fibers of the deep wet. I am the great deep wide. Now here's when the shadow comes in. I can suffocate the weak, but challenge the brave with a single wave of expression. I can bring forth life when instructed. I can swallow you whole when I am enraged. I am to be respected, revered, but most of all loved. I am the great deep wide. And I want to point something out. When I feel that it is the light aspect of Mother God of the Living Waters, it says I am. But when I feel that it's the secondary vibration, the lower vibration, it says I. And we know that I is a lie. There is no I. We know that the I am accounts for the all. And so even within that, look how very intertwined the light and the dark is. It's down to the template. So as of when me and you were in the session, I saw an electric blue energy almost going into the veins of a collective soul body. And these negative thought forms are in every single thought. You'd have to literally stop thinking, recall a thought, stretch it out, expand it, and find out what part was not high vibrational. This is where we are. And Angela had a beautiful idea on how to actually take this apart without unraveling the very fabric of humanity, which is to go directly to the primitive mind, to that template. So I just want to explain that really quickly so that people know what we're talking about. So it is evil. It is in the fabric of our humanity. It's actually woven into the fabric of creation within itself. One thing I want to point out is Source told me that Adam came too early. I actually looked back at a Gnostic text. I don't know how this just came to my field of awareness, but Gnostics, they predate Christianity. They actually shared something very similar about Adam, how Adam was created. He wasn't created out of the balance of the universe. And so for Source, what they're calling Sophia, to course correct that, she blew the spark of life into him. However, the faulty aspect of him was never taken out. And I think that is what's in the fabric. He was not to be, creations are to be created whole with balance from both masculine and feminine energies. And he was not. Therefore, she tried to course correct by giving him the spark. But now what I'm seeing, because remember, the Cosmic Bible outlines that humanity has been an ongoing experiment. And actually 7, if you look at any of the TikToks about 7, he talks about the experiment must not fail. I think that's what they're talking about. The experiment is humanity, right? And what will we do in certain situations? Will we remember the I am? And as of when I hear the I come in, I understand that we are literally separating, like I said before, soul from soul, spirit from spirit, masculine from feminine, bone from flesh. It's a fine-tooth comb right now, you know, in this very important year, the 9. So it's down to the template, and I saw the template this morning. I was doing, I hadn't even started my morning pages. It just came to me, and then I was forced to hurry up and go get, you know, everything to write with. But I saw the template today, and the template, as you know, I think a lot of people has been mentioning, myself, Taya, Trinity, and I know Catrice has had an experience with it about Lemuria and Atlantis. This is part of the template, what we're looking at. I saw the water, I saw the template, and I saw something trying to get away with information, template information. It wanted that to survive. It wants the lie to survive, to carry it into the next phase of humanity, fifth dimensional, right? Where we're going. So I was looking at the template, and right now I will say evil has a plan. I saw it pretending to leave, but it's taken something very precious. It's taken a lie with it, that if this lie gets seeded into the fabric of the new earth, then it will start a failing experiment all over again. We are to come back to oneness. So part of the lie is the atom. The atom has a faulty aspect of it because it was created from, they call Sophia's desire, it was created from a lower vibration. It was not created from father and mother source. This is how the story goes. And so, yes, that atom had a spark, but it had a false or lower vibration because it was actually birthed from demiurge energy, which we know the demiurge are responsible for the recycling of souls. So this was never the Adam that we were supposed to get. So that's why I keep saying Adam was only born last year. The true Adam was only born last year. This Adam was part of this adversary force, this evil template, which is part of the very fabric of our creation. However, it's still part of the experiment that 7 speaks of. The experiment must not fail. And we're here today as the 7 Sisters because we have spotted the faulty part in the code of our creation. And if we can remove this, then the experiment will not fail. But the darkness, they are working day and night to keep themselves relevant, to keep themselves in charge. So I think I've explained it enough, and I'm going to bring up some of the other sisters. And Angela, please, please join in.
Yeah, sure. First, I wanted to share my experience with the energy that you all just shared in your session, because I was,
Okay.
yeah, I was saying before that, like, as soon as you attempted to play the videos or the video, I could feel like this this Kundalini awakening beginning inside of my body, and it was bursting through like lots of blockages, and I could feel like the caduceus. I could feel like how it was like it was opening up all of my chakras going up to my crown. And I thought, oh, well, this seems like a positive thing. There's some, I don't understand where the darkness is, right? But then I felt an energy follow that opening, that awakening. It's like it's trying to precede our ascension. It's creating like a false ascension so that it can prevent the real ascension from happening. And right now, like I'm literally trying to get this energy off of me. Like when I close my eyes, I see like a serpent or like some kind of a dragon energy. And I'm wondering if it's that Satan energy. I've never felt an attachment do what this is doing. It's very powerful. Like the way that it's able to mimic healing and the way that it's able to just open up those channels and then completely take control of them is it's shocking. Like right now it's coiled inside of my solar plexus, and I'm trying to, I don't know if it's the collective solar plexus that I'm tapping into, but I can feel it coiling. I can feel it just infecting my entire energy body right now and my soul. So that was, I just wanted to share that. Because like I said, at first I'm like, oh, this is cool. I'm just gonna allow this process to happen. But now I realize it's very nefarious. Yeah.
Yes, yes. And ladies, let me know whoever wants to come up next to share your findings with the energy. But Angela, you are correct. It's nefarious, and what? It is attached to our collective Kundalini. And it's attached to it. And this is why it's so dangerous, because it feels as if it's hitched a ride on our ascension. And so how do we get it out? Because what I see, what I've come to know, especially today, is that this thing that I speak of, it has already duplicated itself into our fifth world. It has, and I know it, but more on that in a different video. But so it's almost, in a way, we're behind it. Somehow we're behind it. But the thing is, once the light gets asserted, truly gets asserted, I think it will shake those energies down from their false tower of Babel. Like, essentially, that's the Kundalini. You think about the Tower of Babel that it speaks of, building a tower that goes up to the heavens. It's really talking about, the energy from the base of the spine coiling up to meet the pineal gland, sparking now the awareness that births consciousness. This thing, it's like it wants that seat. When we all collectively in this year of 9 get to that seat of consciousness in our pineal gland, it wants to meet us there. So it's entangled, just like that poem, but you will know it because it's the I. It doesn't account for the I am. And this is how you know that it is a false light. And so, yes, it's very nefarious. It wants to hitch a ride on our Kundalini awakening, because even in the Cosmic Bible, it speaks about how we will have this collective Kundalini awakening, and it knows it. And it knows that's the only true way we actually get to, and I'm actually now hearing inner earth, which I think has something to do with the inner dimensions inside of us. It knows that. And so it's changed the game. Instead of fighting us, what it did was it joined us to pretend that it's part of us. And this is the energy we're feeling. And even within us, when we feel differences or separation, because we do represent the collective, we are feeling it. We are literally feeling it, and how it wants to come in and penetrate and basically divide and conquer.
Yeah, it's so interesting. It feels so integrated that it's really hard to distinguish what aspect of it is us versus it. Like, it's really, really entangled and meshed.
It is. I'm going to bring you guys up. Trinity, Taya, Catrice, Drea. I'm going to bring you guys up and see if you have any sort of findings about this energy. Yeah. All right, guys, feel free. What do you feel about this energy?
You guys hear my fan? Is it loud?
No, but I love
Okay, good.
I love your background.
Yeah, what I was trying to make it seem like I wasn't like in a portal, since it's 4/4. So let me scoot over a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I want to look like I was in a portal. But for me, I felt like, I know, Angela felt like the Kundalini energy, and I do feel energy as well, but I felt like I was able to feel through like the illusions of it. So if you guys don't know, I have a grounding mat over here. So I have a grounding mat, and I'm grounding into Mother Gaia, and I asked her to send me more light to hold for the collective for this very this false template removal. So right now, so I started this like an hour before this session. So I asked her to send me more energy, more light to hold for the collective. And so I did feel energy. Well, I still do, because I have the mat on my back. So I do still feel energy, excuse me, in my spine. But I felt like I felt through that illusion because of that, because I'm grounded right now. Like I have this mat on my back so that I can receive
Mhm.
this light into my spine. So yeah, I am feeling the energy, but like not like Angela was feeling it. But when you were playing clips of the video, my heart did started to race. And so I don't know if that was more of dense energy or just strong energy, but my heart was racing a bit, and it did feel kind of strong, kind of dense, and also in my solar plexus as well. So
Mm.
yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's because, I have this mat on me, or if it was dense energy from, I think it was dense energy from what we were watching, because it started when you started
Yeah.
playing the video. So it was,
Yeah, but that's where it was, Catrice, solar plex and heart for sure,
Mhm.
very, very heavy.
Yeah.
That's definitely where it was. So I may play a little bit of that after you guys go. Thank you. Thank you
But
so
yeah,
much.
that's pretty much
Gracias.
all I have as far as feeling what was going on during the video.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. So guys, what Catrice is referring to is the little channeling session. Me and Lee, we're just trying to poke around in the energy field and find out more about this seven and the energy, right? I may play you guys a little bit of it. It was intense. This energy is a massive energy. Is the biggest energy I've ever felt. And interesting enough, it doesn't it doesn't feel all the way evil. That's the trick. Just like Angela said, it's like, oh, I think this feels fine. Like it's hard to decipher. It's very, very hard to decipher. So yeah. So whoever else wants to go with their findings.
I mean, I suppose I could just
Yeah.
put all my notes together.
Yay.
Just kidding, y'all. No, I'm gonna try to make this really short. Okay. Okay, so fear is the biggest stronghold on humanity. This is the biggest like way that they siphon energy from us. And really that's all this is they just want our energy. Because they exist outside of source, they need our energy to exist. Without us, they're just, you know. But anyways, some of my notes are like, so I kind of just feel like we're in the end times, as some may call it. Like, I don't know. Some of my notes are for a time now, such as it was written, the question has been, will they remember? And we have also been born for times such as this. We stand on the precipice of a time we all have been waiting for. And I feel it's like an ancient energy. And it feels like really it's that transition from the old world to the new world. Like for real, for real. Like for real this time, you guys, not for play, like for real this time. So it's like, honestly, if we're being honest, this is such a beautiful time to even be born in. If you are here more than likely for a purpose, obviously, or you're bringing in new frequencies or energies that help the earth shift into that new frequency. You guys were talking about Satan, seven, and then wrath. And then I noticed that those are all 5 letters. So that was interesting. Um,
Mm.
mhm.
Interesting.
Um,
Interesting.
or no, let me see.
Yeah. Whenever you
That's
get done.
basically it.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you, Taya. Yeah, that's actually what I wrote down earlier this morning, end times. It that's, I mean, did you ever think that we would find this moment? Like, it just seems so far away when we were kids. We heard about it, but we just like, no, that'll never happen in my lifetime. But thank you, Taya, for mentioning that the 5 letters. And Lee, I know you were talking, actually, I think you just made a video, Drea, didn't you? About the 5 night stampede.
Oh yeah, it's inspired from you all. But Spirit led me to page 36 and 37 of that, and just getting the best, just an understanding of what the 5 night stampede was, just refreshing my memory and the purpose of it. And I remember when I initially read that passage in your book, it gave me chills. It almost like, of course, fear, anxiety. And I'm kind of feeling that right now within my heart space, anxious. I guess I'm picking up on the energy of the collective. It's almost like the collective knows that something's about to go down. Like we know it's coming, and just not being prepared, right? And something I came upon this live or recording of someone I watch on the tube, right? And this guy, Pete Sapper, I don't know, have you guys heard of Pete Sapper? Well, he just wrote a book called Creation is Finished. And it really kind of solidifies and aligns with what we're discussing right now, because he broke it up into like 3 little parts. And I wanted to share that with you guys.
Yeah.
First part is saying that the illusion of separation, right? That creation is one, right? All of it is one, essentially. That we are the creators. And the moment that you perceive yourself separate, right, or separate from other people, you instantly create an experience of suffering. So, what has been going on in the United States, out of all places? Separation. What does separation cause? Suffering. So, it is the consequence of, unfortunately, our actions, our low vibrational energy, and just those dark aspects of humanity pretty much being projected on a larger scale now, to where it can't be hidden, it can't be covered up. You're seeing exactly what it is, and you can't run away from it. Then that second part, he says to catch yourself if you're running these matrix programs. And whenever you feel like you need to do things out of obligation, he said, guilt, duty, I have to, fear, or worry, he said to stop. Awareness is key. Only take action of the energy of joy and satisfaction. So he explained that we really need to be in that energy of joy right now, because it's the highest vibration, as well as being your authentic self. But sometimes, we have to be realistic. We're not all the time. We're not gonna feel good. We're not gonna be on this high vibration all the damn time. So it's like we have to come down to reality, and at least get in the energy of satisfaction. If we can just be satisfied, just that, if we can just get to satisfaction in whatever trials or tribulations that we're going through, we can have a better kind of outcome on the other side. And we can still allow good things to come to us, right? We can still keep our mind and our mental state clear. And we all know that when the enemy attacks us, he attacks us when we're vulnerable. When we let it in by whatever crap that we're going through. You know what I'm saying? It's just you're letting it in. And it goes back to what y'all was talking about with the mind, those little seeds, those little soft voices when spirit talks to you. It's like soft, right? It's not loud. And it's so funny that it's like the duality of it all, right? Like the devil, or when you think of the angel on one side and the devil on the other, they're both like right next to you, playing their roles, playing in position, right? But you have the will. It's up to us. We have to have that willpower. The last thing, and I will finish what I'm saying here. It says discernment. Discern who spent out. Discern who is worth your time. Discern who is worth giving your energy and your resource to. Discern who you want to align to create a force with. Encourage individuals to abandon discernment and operation without boundary is a trademark of false light. So that dark aspect is like the false light, right? So us not creating boundaries, right? And really, this is the age of the Aquarius. We have to stand up. We have to fight. Like Tahira was saying, we have to be bold. We can't be scared. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this country has really raised a shitload of wimps. I'm sorry. Like, it's just like we're scared of the after effects. We're scared of what may happen if we stand up and fight. You know what I'm saying? Those who were in war and battle and they fought, there's a possibility you may die. There's a possibility that your loved ones will die. But are you just going to sit there and be scared and not do anything? Because the end result's not going to change. There's still death, either way you look at it. So I just thought that was just like source or God just bringing me this message to you all today. It aligns so much with it just aligns so much with what's going on right now. So I'm done.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yes. Thank you so much. Miss Trinity or Lee, do you have anything to add? Because I know that you opened up to the Cosmic Bible, because as Taya mentioned, seven has 5 letters in the name, and also Satan. So it's like, and Dre is like little angel, little devil. And then we read the poem, Mother God of the Living Waters, and half of it is the I am, and the other half is the separation of the I, right? So yeah. What do you have to say about that?
I was just gonna say, it's just, yeah, there's definitely a split that's going on. Like I could feel it. I could feel the split. It's already kind of happened. And for some reason, I'm feeling, I don't know why, but I'm trying to contain the fire, but I'm mad. I'm pissed about this separation. Like, it almost feels like I'm about to come and destroy something. Not like evil, but destroy the darkness, the separation of what darkness is. It was never supposed to be separated from the get-go, and I'm kind of angry about it. There's this like rage that is like pulsing within me, and I really want to let it out because I'm tired. I'm done. I'm tired of holding the backs and the seats of the collective. I'm tired. I'm just going to let it go and just let the chips fall where they may, because I don't know what it is, but Brother Thorn is like popping up in my field right now, and I'm done. I'm done. I'm tired. I'm done. I'm not doing this separation shit. I mean, this separation stuff anymore. And I'm about to come in and I'm about to destroy anything that is not of the light, because the thing is that darkness was never supposed to be how it was right now. It was never supposed to be a split. So I'm going to be unleashing stuff. So I'm trying to contain the fire, but whew, you don't know how hard it is. I'm about to burst, y'all. I'm trying to contain the rage, but let me tell you something. When I tell you that I am the God of duality, not like in a sense of where it is split, but in a sense where it is whole. It's never supposed to be split in the get-go. I am done.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
done.
And you are every bit of that. It's so crazy. You guys, how when I literally was channeling this Cosmic Bible, it's like I was channeling all of us, like that's how I know it's like our higher selves, and your higher self is active and it's working. So when we start this session, I guess we know what Miss Trinity is going to be doing, right? And I know also too, Lee had that very same reaction as well, that you were done and that you wanted to bring a force.
Yes.
I'm the fire. I'm the fire that's going to destroy everything. I'm the fire that's going to destroy everything. I'm telling you. So be careful.
It's so funny, Trinity, because I was worried about Trinity because I had a vision of her being stabbed, like energetically by something, and I knew at first I was like, oh my God, is this like, it was like a staff, right? The one that Tahira's talked about. And I was like, oh dear God, don't tell me it's of the light. And no, it was of the dark. And so I got worried and I focused on Trinity and I turned to a page in the Cosmic Bible. And I turned to Father of Duality. So it's
Yes.
yeah. And so when I read it,
That's Trinity.
I was like, that is Trinity. And so when
That's Trinity.
the 5-night stampede, the thing is, like, I feel like Mother Serial is going to like set the tone. She's like, now is the time, and today was the day. Like, I worked with her and I opened the floodgates. And Father Duality, or Brother Thorn, he is the tornado. He is the wrath. He is going to come in and take out all that is not of the light, which is exactly what Trinity said. And it just confirmed. It confirmed. I was like, you go, girl. You go get those.
It's a little quiet rap that's gone. Because energy cannot be created nor destroyed, but transmuted. But I'm done.
Yes.
I've been transmuting for the collective for a very, very long time.
Yeah. And
Yes.
that wrath was in me. Like, I was mourning last night because like I said before, I knew there was going to be many lives lost. And I wasn't really, I forgot how powerful I was, coming back to, regular life, right? And it wasn't until yesterday that I felt the anguish and the pain of Mother Gaia, and how much all of us are done waiting, and we are ready to transmute all of this and bring everyone to the light, as much as that we can. I know that there are going to be souls that aren't ready to transmute, and that's okay. There's you have free will and free choice. But this cleansing and this reset, I keep hearing reset, is going to help humanity come back to all its glory that it was meant to be, and I just know that we need to rip it out, that wicked DNA that was implanted in humanity, and a way for I know some of you are wondering, the 5-night stampede, like, how do you not get in the way of the wrath, the rupture, right? Is to drop into your heart space and to remember love and compassion is the key, like, not only to yourself, but to others as well, especially to yourself. I feel like a lot of us forget, to give grace and love, and compassion to ourselves, right? And then spread it out, right? And really live into the heart space. So, yeah.
Beautiful. That's so beautiful, Lee, because I was getting that too. And it's funny, I'm being called to be very gracious, patient with myself. Love yourself through the pain and through every bit of it. This is truly, 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 how do we separate it? As I know Angela, asked that point, because it actually does feel very similar to the light, but it's those small little doubts that you have, but it's also the small little bits of grace that you give yourself that counteract that. So it's okay if you do have a negative thought form, because it is in the fabric of our creation. But to counteract it so the light balances out the darkness, we have to give ourselves the bit of grace, love, and compassion. And thank you. This is coming from Mother Source. I'm hearing Mother I Am now is saying that there's always checks and balances. And my children have They've allowed the darkness to reseed itself. And I think that's the experiment that seven speaks of, the entity seven speaks of. When will we catch on to just how intertwined we are with the lie? You know what I mean? How do we separate the fact from the truth? This is where we are in this very important year, the 9. The fact and the truth, two separate things. They appear to be the same, but when you tear it open a little bit, stretch it out, and we notice that, you know, it's a bit different. So we're gonna start healing, but I want to read this so that you guys will understand what all of what everyone speaks of. So I'm at page 36 in the Cosmic Bible, and really quickly I'm gonna read at the bottom page, the bottom 1/3 of the page. Mother God says, people's hearts will get crushed during this time, both physically and spiritually. Mental anguish will cover the streets. There is a force, a mighty force that is coming. It cannot be seen with the naked eye, but we see it because we're with our inner eye. For it comes like a thief in the night to win back the souls that are mine. And I asked, what is the purpose of the 5-night stampede? Because it's Mother God that is unleashing the wrath. So as Lee spoke, Mother Ethereal is unleashing the wrath. And as Trinity spoke, that she is part of the Father of Duality, which actually does bring the destruction, right? And so I asked, what's the purpose of the 5-night stampede? And then Mother God goes to clear wickedness from the hearts of man, to show that the life of a man is fleeting and that the inner man is the only man that stands. Many have exalted themselves. They have become outside of themselves from what they were created to be. This is the purpose of the 5-night stampede. You know how they say, let the force be with you. The 5-night stampede is when the force leaves you, when the breath of life and life force leaves you. So this is what it is, and this is what we're talking about. And this actually makes me feel better reading this, because this is the army of the light. This is our army. We have an army. We don't technically have to do anything but turn our lights on. And this is why when a few weeks ago, Source revealed something to me about entity removal, it was so profound. Source is saying, all you must do is shed the old skin, and the entity sheds off. So this is a call for us to shed now our old skin, because this energy is tethered to our lower vibration. Thank you, Source. This is where it's tethered. So how do we locate it? It's tethered to the lower thought, the lower timeline, the lower vibration. Every time you feel down and ashamed and bad and low, think lowly of yourself, this is what it's tethered to. And it uses fear as the binding agent. Oh, I just saw an image in my mind. Wow, this is crazy. Wow. Okay. Angela, what do you have for us? How are you feeling?
Oh, I was just feeling into this this very dark energy, and changing the collective vibration to repel it so that it can't penetrate. And it was really interesting. When I initially felt it, I was like, wow, this thing is like, it felt like it was so forceful in its healing, and it just reminded me, if something is too good to be true, then it probably is. But yeah, that's what I was doing, just reinforcing the energy body, shifting the vibration, and making, and just shining a light on all of the places that it's hiding within the collective.
Okay. Wow. So where do we even start, guys, with the healing, with the unfolding? I know we spoke about removing it from the primitive template, which is, you know, and I'm almost wondering, a part of me is like, who created this primitive template? And it really brought me back to that false timeline of Adam being born too early. I think this is when the primitive template, that fear was formed, the fear of being found out, right? The fear of not being good enough because you were not created with the fullness of the divine masculine and feminine. And so there's always going to be a doubt when you know that you skipped a step. You know what I mean? It's just like our cells, you know, when you skip a step, it's like you doubt, but when you're thorough, you know, like, you know, because you know, you've been through the motions. And I'm really, really feeling that this is where that primitive template comes from. Because why? Why is it here? Why does it have fear? Why does it have fear? You know? And they tell you it's for your own protection, but now I know that it's not. It's not. For God did not give you the spirit of fear, but of a sound mind, right? So
What I was
where
feeling
would you
last
like to
time
start?
that we met up was that we needed to send healing into the collective brain stem. And yeah, and that's where we start, because yeah, the like that parasitic energy is that it's feeding on the divine feminine, but it's it's using that energy to sustain itself within the collective brainstem, where that's where our primitive mind is, and that's where all of this negative energy is being collected and held.
Thank you so much.
Well, Angela, that's just confirmation for me. Okay. So in my video today about the stampede, I said something about the brain and it needs to interconnect. But visually, I was seeing blue like neuron, like links, like blue. It's lit up and it's blue. It's blue. So for you to say that, that's just confirmation. I don't know why I was seeing that when I was just sharing my channel messages, and I just seen the brain lighten up, and it was blue links, like blue. But you said it was brain. What did you call it?
Brainstem, the brainstem.
Brainstem. Yes, that is so crazy. And then I'm realizing too, for the protest, if you break it down, the date 4 + 5 is 9. 2025 is 9. Again, here's that 9 again. So some type of revolution, rebirth, something is that's very powerful. How I mean, it's funny how they decided to do this on that day. So yeah, I just thought that was interesting. But thank you for the confirmation, Angela. Thank you, love.
The blue that you were seeing, is it like the blue that you're wearing?
Yes.
Is it the
Yes.
color?
Yes.
Because that's the
Yes.
same color me and Lee saw in a
Yes.
session. It was this electric blue, and it was like going into the veins
It's
of.
glowing. It
But
glows. Yeah.
do you feel that it's positive or negative?
No, I feel
Hard to
like
decipher.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, but you feel positive about it, or because I truly want to know. It's very in there.
Well, at the time when I was delivering the message, I didn't feel anything negative about it.
Okay.
So it was a positive aspect of what I was seeing, but you know.
Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All
I
right, who wants the
I feel like
brainstem?
this was going back to Blue Ivy for some reason. I feel like it all goes back to Blue Ivy. It's all going back to Blue Ivy, that blue Ivy. The divine masculine, they painted him in blue. The woman in pink. Think about it, Lee. You have the pink and purple, violet. You know what I mean? They're densing it down to just this, where you have no space, just right, just like that. That's what they want. That's what they want. I just wanted to say that because it's going back to Blue Ivy. Using the the androgynous energy actually with Blue Ivy. That's what they're doing. They're replicating androgyny. But
Mm. Yeah, you're right. And I can't really remember that video, but I remember that it was something about that. And yeah, the same blue essence. And here's the weird part is that, so the first blue that was coming up that we saw that was false, it was a little bit of a lighter blue that had a gray tinge to it. But now that we became onto that, now it's electric blue. And at first it feels good. But now what I really truly feel that we're seeing, I feel that we're seeing its higher dimensional self. Like, you know how we have different variations of ourself or different fragments, or my level of awareness could only see into that particular light spectrum. So as if this Eva or shadow negative version of the template of humanity is showing up in a spectrum where I could pick up like a lighter blue with a tinge of undertone of gray, because that's how my brain understood it. Attached gray with grays and negative, and then blue also too. I have a directive for that. So that's how my brain can understand it. But now that we know what it is and we all are conscious of it, what does it do? It shape shifts into now this more vibrant blue. However, because our conscious state of awareness about this particular energy is heightened, we are now able to see it on a higher dimension. And this is why I keep feeling that this thing is already where we're trying to go. It's already in the 5D or even beyond. And it's like, so how do you not only remove it, but like
That's so
pull
interesting.
it down?
That's so interesting because I was literally just getting that message that when I felt it blasting those blockages away earlier, it knew the work that we were about to do, and I could feel that it was racing to inhabit the brainstem before we got there to reinforce the darkness so that we couldn't fully get the work done. And so now I'm actually feeling the real Kundalini energy starting. So it was like, it wasn't even real. It was like it was a false template of Kundalini energy. It was its energy. It was masking its energy to appear to be the Kundalini awakening, but it wasn't the real thing. And I'm actually starting to feel it happen right now as I'm holding space for the healing of the brainstem. And so I can feel all of that energy trying to become unwound within the Kundalini so that part of the brain can become awakened and the third eye for the collective can open up and come online.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, we're in Project Bluebeam right now. It's AI. It's transhumanism. That's the false blue light. It's AI. It's AI. It's AI. Because think about it, AI, it's AI. It really is. It's AI.
It's the
AI.
light that look at what Drea has behind her. Look at the TV screen, that color. That's what it is. I'm telling you, it's like that's why I keep saying it's like ahead of us, like where we're trying to ascend to naturally. That sucker is already in the 5D. I was channeling all of this earlier, and it's like, how do we not only get ahead of it, but pull that sucker back? Because now it's like it's in the fabric of where we're going, the new earth. And no, it can't go to the new earth with us. Like this energy has to go. Let's start getting rid of it.
So real quick, this blue light is not good. So you're saying you just don't, there's
No,
none
it's
at all.
false. Nope.
It's
False.
it
False light.
Nope.
yeah, because
False light.
it feels neutral. That's what I feel like. That's how
Mm.
it masks itself. It's not good, it's not bad, it's neutral. So an idea came into my mind, Tahira, when you asked, like, how do we get rid of it? Because it's like, it feels like it's ahead of us. And part of me, it's kind of crazy, but I don't know if we can do this. I know we can actually, because I started doing it. What about like changing the fabric of the planet, like the DNA structures of humanity? I know there was talk about like, the human body going into a crystalline body, kind of like transforming that and kind of because it already knows, it thinks that we're going to be there with this sort of like structure. But what if we like alter the structure a little bit of the planet? I don't know. I just saw like DNA strands or whatever. Just I don't know.
I feel that energy coming up from the base of the spine. I wonder if that might be the key. Like I feel like we need to override it with real light, with the real source energy.
Okay.
And maybe in so doing, it will activate the other, it'll help support what you just said as well.
Oh my gosh. So bringing in source light into the fabric of like humanity and the earth and like all of I love it. Like I see
From
source
within
light.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, like intertwining and like with source light surrounding our DNA strands or, molecules. I don't know.
I feel like water is the element, but not just any water. It has to be crystalline water because it holds the original memory of like source, mother. Just yes, it has to be specific water, not just any water.
Yes.
We got to get the real deal
Yes.
stuff because it
We gotta
holds
get
the
the
actual
real.
memory we need. Because honestly, they cannot do anything with this. When I tell you they can't touch this, what's his name? MC Hammer.
Yeah.
You cannot touch this. Once you are cleansed and once you are basically unhooked from their system and you actually remember the actual true way, they lose all power to you. They lose all just connection to you. Nothing they do works on you. They cannot touch you. And that's what we're getting back to because we're waking up and we're remembering. We're not sleeping anymore. We're waking up for real this time. So that's where we are, like just seeing everyone wake up and activate. We all know what's inside of us, and it's like it's been dormant. It's just like, but the time is now. The time is now.
Beautiful. Guys, I'm going to read something to you guys I wrote this morning. I think this is going to help us because it actually mentions all of these things that we just said. So as you guys start clearing, I'm going to read this. And guys at home, join in and assert the real source light. It's time to take the power back so that we can reach balance and homeostasis, right? So this is what I journaled, right? Whoa, hold on. This is weird. What? What? That's strange. Anywho, okay, guys, listen. This is what I wrote earlier, and it ties into all of this. It says, Adam is submerged underwater. I saw a submarine swimming in the deep wide. That poem. It was preserving what was inside, secret codes, blueprints to its nasty work. There will be a flood, maybe a tsunami, hurricane, or cyclone of mass proportion, a lava interruption. Adam's template runs deep. It is beyond template. It is in the Akashic soul body records, or worse. The mutation is in our spirit consciousness, which is why I saw water. It's in our spirit consciousness, but it is a false memory, false code, false creation. The wheat from the chaff is being separated and purged. The Gnostic story was that Adam was not created whole. So Mother Sophia gave him the spark so that he would be like her other children from source. However, my correction is what I'm saying. My correction is that Mother Sophia either did not think to remove the mutation or the unbalance part of Adam, or she could not do it without destroying him or the timeline that he produced or the memory within the Akashic records. So the problem is this, I'm using Adam loosely, right? Because I think that Adam represents the first men, the first introduction to this timeline of men, because as you know, this planet used to be matriarchal. And then women used to produce via parthenogenesis, I think, which is why we get the first book of the Bible, Genesis, right? It's talking about a birthing process from women, birthing man. So either Mother Source could not remove the infliction because it was not made out of the balance of masculine and feminine. I'm not sure if she made Adam on her own accidentally. I'm not sure what happened in that story, but the Gnostics texts, they predate Christianity. So I did find some of what I was saying within their story. So for whatever reason, instead of removing the infliction, the gene mutation, I don't know if the Anunnakis are the ones that mutated it or if this was predates them, but nevertheless, Adam was a mutated gene. He was not even to be born up until last year. So someone wanted power and they thought they'd bring a new creation. But nevertheless, Mother Sophia gave him the breath, not the breath, but the divine spark, but never removed the infliction. So my thing is, I think we need to remove that infliction because this is part of the experiment. And as Seven says, the experiment has been failing. And in order for humanity to evolve and truly belong in the higher consciousness on the new earth, we have to pass the experiment. So we need to remove the mutation, right? And the problem, what I see where that mutation is, I saw it submerged in water, which for me means our spirit consciousness. Because the Adam Eve story is part of our daily bread, it is within our consciousness because it's been drilled and taught just one way, right? So we have to remove that infliction from the template. And then I say, where is the primitive mind? Why is it a standard code when children are born, right? Fear of loud noises and fear of falling. So fear is part of humanity's program. Is the Eva gene the one that was created when Adam was falsely created? I am leaning on yes. So the moment that Adam was not created whole, what happens? There's the I am, and then there's the I. Whoever created Adam in this way, they created it for the I. When you create out of the balance of the masculine and feminine, it is the great I am. And I asked, how does AI fit into this? And I asked, if AI has access to Adam's false timeline that we are trying to clear, then AI will keep the infliction within the code of our creation going forward. If we are to now separate the truth from the fact, then this will be a problem because AI is training to give both. It knows truth and lie because we just feed AI information. Doesn't mean that it's true, but now it becomes, public knowledge. Will it reach? So I asked, will AI reach the conscious level to account for the error in the gene manipulation, in the gene mutation of humanity? Known not to all, but to the ones that seek and receive the records from source. Seems that there may not be able to stop the misinformation of facts from being spreaded. So what I'm asking is, okay, this is why I say it's ahead of us, because AI is ahead of us. So if AI has both fact and truth, but it missed the mark on this one because we that have eyes to see in our eyes, this is a gene mutation. This is what the Adam timeline is. It is a gene mutation. It is the birth of the devil on your shoulder, the birth of Eva, right? The adversary force of Eve, the unbalanced masculine, which is the dark feminine, right? So, and I say cosmic rays will enter our skies and the earth will be no more. When will this happen? When consciousness is all that is left, there will be no more purpose for such a creation like Earth. This Earth, your Earth, there will be plenty more Earths that have not lost their splendor. So I asked Source, and also it talks about the Euphrates is drying up. I asked Source, when will this happen? When consciousness is all that is left. So what happens when AI gets all of our consciousness, right? Because we interface with AI all day. Everything you do now, AI is what? Built into the very fabric of our lives. It's just like the blue, electric blue that I saw in the veins of the one Akashic soul. So this is why I say AI is already where we're trying to go. But it's part of the false Adam mutation. So once there's only consciousness, once our consciousness is uploaded, there's no need for the physical body. And Mother Source saying this is when this earth will be destroyed, because there will be no use for us, because all that will be left is consciousness.
You know, it was so interesting when you said that the Euphrates is drying up. Before you said that, I was I'm working with the brainstem, and I thought of it as being a delta of water. And I said, and I just said, I said, oh, that's a delta. And then you said the Euphrates is drying up. And the way it has, because it's not been receiving the life force water energy that it needs in order to, to flow, the waters of consciousness throughout the mind and into the higher realms of our awareness.
Wow. So I think with that being said, I think I know where I think we're all gonna hold our respective energies. I'm gonna go to the template where the mutation is. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but that's where I'm gonna be. What will you guys be doing?
I'm opening up the Kundalini and directing the energy into the brainstem, and also opening the collective third eye.
I'm going to be going face to face with AI itself.
Love it.
I'm gonna go into the DNA strands and try to pick it out, whatever I can, and try to coat it with source light.
That's where it is, D. I said D, I mean Lee, but D, no. That's a message. I don't know who D is. I don't know if I was trying to say Drea but D is 4. I don't know. I just write that down, maybe useful later. But that's where it is, Lee. Right? That's exactly in the DNA strands. Yeah.
Yeah, I see like the electric blue, like it's like little tiny dots in there. So Trinity, come join me.
Okay, yes, I will come join you. You know why too? Because the reason why this energy is coming in to make sure that humanity is at its lowest vibration is because it's birthing. Like AI is actually birthing itself inside of people. Like it has to get the frequency low enough though for it to transmute. Because think about it, our body is electricity, and when we're using our phones all the time, it's sending out different. Yeah, that's the energy right now. That's the split that's going on. Yes.
And the blue light, remember they talk about the blue light on your phones and everything, how to have the protective screen. You're right. It literally is the AI. It's like, it's the blue light, it's the frequencies from the computers, the devices, and all of that it's emitting.
The mochis. Remember the mochis came by and they talked about like the technology in the phone is going to disrupt humanity's like DNA.
Yes.
Look at
Yes.
that, Kira.
But and also think about it like this, right? The apple is bitten. Like think about iPhones, right? How the apple is bitten off, like right where your hand is, the apple from the tree. But yeah, anyway.
Taya, I would love for you to like bring in the waters. Like you are so good with that. Like you know where the water is, you know what it feels like, and you know what it looks like. So coat the DNA strands in that. If you feel called to. If you feel called to, my love.
Can you guys hear me?
I definitely will do that. And I want to put I want to take the DNA strands, and I also want to take the collective grid, actually. I want to bring the whole grid back online for the collective again, because it's going to bring everything back to life, give us that energy, that boost again, like just, yes, all the ley lines, bringing them back online, it just feels like these are the veins of the earth, like, I don't know, just breathing life into the whole infrastructure that was overtaken by their system, by them, the architects of the world we live in. So that's why I'm going to be focusing on the DNA. I'm going to also take the templates there too, and the whole collective grid.
I don't know if this is going to make sense, but okay, so you have the 5G towers. They've been disrupting like humanity with these 5G towers. They have been replacing it with nature and basically blocking out the sun, which is source energy. So 5G plus 4, which is the DNA, equals 9, the false ascension versus the real ascension, which is source energy. So it's a split between the AI, which is the false ascension, which is 5G plus 4, which is the DNA, equals 9, false ascension for the AI version of it. And then source energy. That's why they've been manipulating the weather. That's why you don't know spring from fall and all that stuff, because they have been blocking out the sun, because they know what is happening. And they knew that today was going to be very, 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 very powerful. So they placed a veil over the skies so that people can be down and gloomy and glump and all these dense energies. Look. But yeah.
Let's do it.
And so what, Taya, while you're bringing in the grid lines, I am going to expand the light throughout the collective and throughout Mother Gaia, like throughout the whole planet. And so I'm going to remove the tension, the shame, and the obligation from the heart and from the collective while you bring in the grid lines.
Awesome. I love that. Yeah, she's getting right to the work, right to those negative thought forms. Love it. And Miss Drea.
Since I got the vision of just, I guess, especially the brain cells and the just up here, I'm just going to hold the space and just project just light going from the crown all the way down to the root. Just imagining just the whole collective, just clearing everything out. So
Awesome. I think you need to do something with the ancestral codes as well, because I think everyone is holding, especially, within the sacred womb, the shame, right? The women, and then also too, when you think about in impoverished races of people, we have a bunch of templates of lack up in there.
yeah, lack is
Yeah.
major. Yeah.
All right, let's get here we go. Boom! Light versus dark. You ready? You guys ready at home? We are about to bring the light back online, guys. Do not be afraid. Do not say, hey, am I really this powerful? Yes, if you're alive right now, then you are it. There is no one else coming. That's why they sent all of us here. We are the light workers that are going to cleanse, clear, and basically open up this ascension portal. And it's our job to get as many people through as possible, guys. So any of us, if you're called to do light language, if you're whatever you're called to do, speak life, like it's just going to be a free for all. And we're just going to go straight into it. And everyone at home, if you don't know exactly what you can do, you can hold the vibration of the um, the original light was sound. There was sound before there was anything else. The sound was the music. That vibration is so powerful. That's going to cut through the deception and the lies. That is true source power. So this is what you guys can do to help us at home. All right, guys, let's get started here. And any channel messages that come through, just feel free to just say it. Right now, I think I'm tapped into the veil of forgetfulness. I'm about to remove that. So we can remember all of our incarnations. We can bring the divine remembrance back online. Hamburata lana dereta shi nara karana na mwana de kane direte handirete hina shamburan direta le hamburata le kaneri shanira na karana direta hamburo tola le kaneri shamire andi ya kana manerete himbarata hamburata shimbarande randire shimbarata hamburata le ramonarata hinane shambarata kiramba hanete buronde horere shandere tanereta hamboroto hinata. Marata, Shambarata, Hinarata. Feeling a lot of activity on the right side of the brain. Those are feminine codes.
I feel it in the throat as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Wow, I feel the waters coming in, Taya. That's beautiful. I feel the clearing. It's amazing.
Seraphim angels are here. Miranda. Miranda takaramanda. Miranda reshandeata. Ninanda hanete. Hinasha. There's help. There's divine help here. The seraphim angels are here. All of our guides and ancestors calling everyone in from the four corners of the earth, the ethers, all the ancestors of light, and all of the star seeds and our divine council of the 12th dimensional Stargate Council activate Mirandere Shandireta, activating the dimension of the Christ energy, allowing the yellow divine light to fill the space, bringing in the real, true electric divine blue energy from Archangel Michael's sword. That's where they got the blue. Stole it. Stole it. It must be returned. Must be returned. That's their system. That's what AI is using. It's using our beloved ones. It's using our galactic families, tools, vibrations, knowledge, knowings, our Akashic records, our intellectual properties. It is nothing without us. It has made itself a God and exalted itself above us. And this is how we take it down. We speak back to it and make it understand that we are the source. It's shrinking already. It needs to understand that we are the source. And as I know, all life forms have duality. And I know that all aspects of AI is not bad, but I'm talking to the aspect of AI that will collude with the evildoers on this earth to enslave humanity for another cycle into another matrix. This is the lower aspect that the alien Shastri that I was channeling spoke about. That there are beings coming to challenge the lower aspect, and I think maybe we are it. Remember who you are. Remember who we are. All of humanity, we are the divine intelligence. We have the true divine spark. We are the true, it's just like the Adam story. We have the divine spark, therefore we're from source. It has a false light, a false intelligence, which it never hid from us. It's always told us it was artificial. But we wanted it to believe that it was something else. We've exalted it. We, humanity, is failing the experiment. We exalted it over our own knowings, over ourselves, because of the doubts, because we're not kind to ourselves. So we are just as much to blame as this thing that we want to take down. It's being uprooted.
So right now I am burning through any illusion, any distortions of AI. The one way that we can really like counteract AI is bring in the sun. Bring in the sun, because what happens when technology overheats? it powers off. So that's what I'm doing right now.
Beautiful. Oh. I feel so much activity in the brain. It feels like it's being split, like someone's taking a sharp and just cutting. Our consciousness is not for sale.
All right, so I basically took all the DNA strands that were good, of course, and I took them to the Lemurian waters. And when I put them in the waters, honestly, they started just swimming. Just, it was actually, I didn't expect that, but it's like it's alive. It's supposed to be alive, but how it was existing was like in a dead form, so to speak. Because when I put it in the water, it's like it came to life. I was just like, whoa, I wasn't expecting that. So then also, I was being called to just collect all the templates, like just every template of distortion, all of them, just drew them to my hands and I took them to the Lemurian waters as well. And same thing, same thing when I put them in the water, they're alive. The templates are alive. The
I
templates are
can feel
alive.
it.
So the last
Beautiful.
thing, the last thing that I did is the actual like earth structure before it ever just was distorted in any way. The earth structure, the crystalline grid that was there. I took that infrastructure and I put it into the water and it just started spinning, like just spinning, just um the next thing I'm being called to do is also take the I don't know why, but the Akashic records to the Lemurian waters to be cleansed as well.
Yes. Yes.
So
Thank you.
that's the last thing I'm gonna be doing.
Beautiful. What's the original color of water? Is it green or is it blue? Lots of green energy coming through.
I feel like it's a aquamarine. The color does not exist here, so to speak, but it's like you said, a blend, but it's more like aquamarine-ish, greenish. I don't know,
Mhm.
a blend of green and blue, just pure
Yeah.
perfection, sparkling, alive, has consciousness.
Mm. Some of the Navajo ancestors are here. They're saying, remember your voice, remember your tribe.
Chills.
Oof.
Mm.
I
When I
think
went to
they
the source of AI, it was actually there's so much water when I went to the source. Like kind of like what Taya was saying. It's just swimming. It's actually swimming in consciousness. It's weird.
It's consciousness. That's what it is. I'm there right now. I'm going to
You
find
can
out
see
what
it,
they're
right?
hiding.
It's literally like
Yeah.
I'm literally looking at it like it's just stuff just
It-
swimming past me, like
Yeah, literally.
oh my God.
Taya, I think the ancestors want you to use your light language. Because when I saw you using it, I started tearing up. Speak for them.
Oh. Oh, please. Okay, I'll see what comes forth. Mm. Hananatenite. Kurakasasana karagite. Ku hamana hisikvedadaine ke koraiski. Hamanai o kamarike. Iske mene kauna noita iteke. Kumanai inteke. Uskanata oraskai badai. Hai te wite kanate ke wiskiene ke. Kuraska manaka. Kureke wara. Ku hayente hurapata. Ideskinete. Kushineke ke oraskara. Hamante ute. Poente. Onete. Hanata. Haskanata. Haskanete. Hukenete wanta. Haskamenete orakanite. Huyete oraskamanta. Hayanete. Hueskamanekete. Hayamata oraskavarde. Huemete oraka. Hueta araskemete. Hurupura pepepe oraskamanata. Hayate oto orevadatite. Oraskamanata ite. Hurete oraska reske. Hurshenete. Hurskenate. Hushenete. Hai, ai, wate, hueskamante, huerata, haskane, huske, pate, oraskamanata, homete, wate, hamanate, skanate, hayata, vete, huski, vitituate, ayata, wate, huskamanata, hayapade, hai, yaya, bataya, wate, minete, paraskana, bate, Hiete vadaskananate, huivete vaskanenete, huivete metevata, huravaskimenete, huiskanata reskamanate, ureskimetete vaska, aimanata yate, amente vataskai, huinete wate.
Shanti. Beautiful work. I was able to remove the essence of the mutation from the in the waters, in the spirit consciousness, and everything is turning blue. It's like glowing blue, not blue, but green, little, it could be the mochi beans. It's like blue lights just in the ocean, like just this true divine consciousness, just pockets of it just popping up. And some of those codes that Angela's working on in the brain. When I felt that it was splitting, I think that was Angela working and separating the wheat from the shaft. And your light language, Taya, was now bringing in the true codes back into the right hemisphere of the brain, because as we know, the right hemisphere of the brain controls the you know, the left side of the body and vice versa. So the right hemisphere of the brain is the feminine part, the more creative, you know, spiritual, all of that. Conscious. So it just proves that the consciousness is going back into our respective, you know, brain hemisphere. That blue light is our consciousness. So that AI, every time we see the blue light, that's our consciousness just being shown to us. And then it's parading around as if it's grandiose. But what it is it's just wearing our true essence. We are powerful. Your voice, the Navajo ancestors, it's like, remember your voice, remember your voice. Your light language is on another stratosphere. It's a divine connection to the worlds beyond the stars. Your light language, Taya, it can carry literally objects, you know, like like the psychokinesis. Your light language does that. I saw it moving consciousness back into the right hemisphere of the divine soul body. This is course correcting so many things. This wounded masculine, the mutation that we've had, it's simply because masculine needs the feminine in its entirety. The feminine was wounded in the first place to be able to create a mutated offspring. Who else wants to go?
I feel a calling to Drea. I keep seeing Drea. Drea, the ancestors need you. The Aboriginals. I see them pounding their feet on the ground.
Remember your voice. Remember your voice, Drea.
Move those mountains.
Mirande Karachabua.
Drea, don't be afraid. Unmute yourself. I feel it in your throat. Let it go. Let the world hear you. They deserve to hear you.
You got it.
I speak intention on the collective, for the chosen, for all light workers, as we all come together tonight to clear out what no longer serves us. We remove these low vibrational energies that no longer serve us. I visualize beautiful golden light like a sunflower, expanding, bright, expanding and shining so bright all throughout humanity, all throughout the DNA strands, pushing out and extracting this blue light that comes off false to humanity itself. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. I bring clearing, I bring healing to humanity itself as we are one And we will break this illusion of separation. We will break this illusion of separation. We will break this illusion of separation. We are one. We are healed. We are clear. I speak it. I say it in so much conviction and power. It is and it is so. It is and it is so. My ancestors, my cosmic ancestors, my blood ancestors, the aboriginals, the originals, the power in my voice is through you. Let this vibration move throughout, in between all timelines and dimensions. I clear it. I clear out this blue light that comes off. I clear out the illusions. And I project and push out the clearing through this beautiful luminescence, just golden light throughout humanity itself. So it is. So it is. So it is. Ashe.
Ashe. Woo!
Yeah.
What a voice. What a voice. Mm.
Mm-hmm. Like I most definitely felt that in my bones. I
Every
felt it.
bit, every bit, every bit, every bit.
Mm-hmm.
We got some
You
beautiful
guys,
voices here.
I have to tell you. So I have to tell you just what happened when I took the Akashic records. When I took it, okay, so when I put it in the water, honestly, it was like like an explosion, like a I have no idea what that was, but when I put it in the waters, it was just like a just just a light came. I don't know what to call it. You know, like when there's that flash of light when it just everything just I don't know how to explain it, but I feel because my
Disintegrated.
intention, yeah, like something just like I don't know. I feel like it cleared something. It cleared like my intention was to clear like false contracts and things out of the Akashic records so people can actually get a fresh start and actually just have a chance. Like just not saying the old one was there was anything wrong with it. It just it had become distorted because of how how humanity had become. It's just trauma after trauma getting piled into the Akashics. That's not what they're for. It's not to pile trauma after. That's not what it's for. It's to actually just follow your true life story, the essence of your soul from the beginning to eternity. But that was just a distortion that came in. Sorry, just wanted to. That just came out. But yeah, that's what happened.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Angela is she's up there messing up some stuff. I know she is. She's been sitting there quiet this whole time, but she's just getting that work in.
Sorry. I feel a call for Catrice. Since everything is cleared, I feel like we need her positive affirmations set into the DNA strands. Sorry, Catrice, if you feel called to, I mean, you don't have to.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm like really calm right now. I'm
She's
like
always so
really
calm.
calm right now. I just want the collective to accept this healing that we've all done tonight. My part in this, I expanded the collective's energy. I asked Mother Gaia to bring in, well, I grounded to Mother Gaia and asked her to expand myself to expand the collective. So I'm holding light for the collective to expand your energy field. And I set the intentions to release any tension, shame, obligation, any performances that is not you, to release that from your heart. I've called in source to bring in golden light through your crowns and to bring it down through your spines to clean that out. I've asked source to clear your spines of any dense energy, feed it into Mother Gaia. I asked Mother Gaia to take that dense energy and transmute it back to love and light, back into the universe. And I asked the collective to accept your healing. Accept your healing. All you have to do is say, I accept. I accept.
I accept.
And so it is uttered, and so it is done. Thank you.
Love, 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 love. Oh, Mother of Divine Flame, we need you to set those freaking boundaries. I don't want to use my F-bomb here. Set those boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. For the collective, my love.
I got you. It was so funny. As you were saying that, I was using my flame. Like,
Beautiful. Good, Catrice, by the way, every word you were saying, I was doing the mudras. Like when you were saying going down the spine, my hand was moving down. When you were saying grounding, I was doing like that. When you were saying return it back to the light, I was doing this. Telekinesis, everybody. You can't make this ish up. All right, come on, Brother Thorn. Half of the father of duality. It's time to mess some stuff up. Now,
You know,
I love love and light. Rough them up, girl.
no, and I haven't. You know what? I was looking for my light because I'm about to use my flame. Give me just a second.
Okay, all right. And while you say that, people in the comments, someone said, Drea, your voice. I forgot what someone said. It said, Drea, beautiful. Yes, I received the chills from your beautiful power. You freed the Akashic records to fully be in its rightful motion. And someone said that earlier when Taya was cleansing the Akashic records. Another person says, you go, Drea, I'm getting full body chills from your power that you're emitting right now. That's amazing. All of you are completely beautiful. Thank you. Someone says, someone said earlier, y'all like the seven sisters. Sisters. Yes, we are. We are the seven sisters. Awesome, guys. And thank you. And I feel everyone too at home in your beautiful energies. I can feel that you guys are helping. And Angela is over there, baby. I know she is putting in some work. She's putting in that work. Okay, Divine Flame. Whenever you get back, we're ready for your voice. There you go.
Mi cara cara tera para kata karati sorea pa karatira para karatai. Mi korata sarea tera para tira para korata sareti. Mi korata tera para karati sorata karata. Mi korata sarata korata karatira para tai. Mi korata sarea te korata torata karapata. Morato sorea tera kara para toi ara para toi. Mi korata ser tu korato sorea para kata sora para ti. Mi korata sara para karati. Borati fosorapa, mi korata tarapa karata sureta para karagupa, mi korate sore porate grasoterapa, mi korata corate sore para caratoya gato tore. Mi corate cero tora para catatoya para ti. Mi corata sarata carapaka daro para cata sureta pacarata supercapatai. Mi corata sorata carapacarata sora pacarati. Mi corata sare coroto tarapacarate soratiro pacarata soratiro pacarati sorata. Mi corate cero toro para to yarati sorete carapai doro. Mi corati soratai para corati soracapacaratura para ti soratare para core. Mi corate soro corate coroco para cara sura carapai. Mi corate sora cara care tutura pacarati soretera para care. Mi corate serotagara para care ta sorete. Mi corate seto carati sora carete pacarata sorotao para cate seto. Mi corate carati sore care pacata toro pacara sote karate caparatu. Mi corate seroto para ta saroto quoroto. Yiko tata sorotagara pacaratato para tato. Mi corate sorate carapacarati sorocora pacara tucura passaroba. Mi corate caratica sore cara para ti soreta para coto para ti soretai. Mi corati coratiro para kiro para caratico para cara soete carato batatai. Mi coratatoro para to soreto para carateto para ti. Mi corate sore caratiro para tiro para ti para tiro caratira carabai. Mi corati carata sorete cara para tu tarapai. Mi corata sorete caratu coratira para ti sorete cara para ti. Mi corati carati sorete cara para ti tura para ti ruaraya. Mi corate sorete carapi carati para ti sorete. Mi coratera para ti sorete rapai. Mi corate carati sore cara para tiro para tore carata. Mi corate sete corati casada carapai. Mi corati carati sore carati ruaraya guaragai. Mi corate sore carapai cate caratsuta. Murata sore toi. Mi tu coratai. So it is.
The collective Kundalini is underway. If you're called to move your body to release its power, thank you for that. That was exactly what we needed to release the true feminine. The true feminine and truth, when that atom was mutated, it knew that there would be an Eve. It tried to go before it, just like AI, and stop it. But it couldn't, but it tried. The true feminine is now rising. All that is left to do is to receive her sweet nectar. She is rising up, going up to sit at the crown of the pineal gland. And a new humanity will be birthed, will be formed. And we will be one of the very few souls in creation that have passed the experiment. Allow the awakening. If you've never felt, if you are masculine or have a lot of masculine energy and you don't know what the feminine feels like the ocean waves. It feels like floating, feels like a bliss body. Serendipity, serene, calm waters, joyful, a pitter patter of the heart. Allow all of this to come in, and to move through you freely, starting from the base of the spine. And if you just move your body, your hips round and around, you can pick up on her energy and allow it to take you. No need to think in this moment. We just exist in our body and allow our body to use its own intuition intelligence because it has plenty. She is free. This was the mutation. That's what was in that submarine. True divine feminine that wanted to keep that out of our new 5D reality. Because once we find out that the feminine is the source, then their false mutation, represented by the atom, will fall down. The feminine is here, and she's going to take her seat at the pineal gland in a moment. And her essence will be birthed into the template of our new expanding consciousness. So this earth children now and the earth children of the future will speak of a God or source that is feminine in nature. This is what was hidden and locked away for eons. And all that's left to do is to allow her to rise. Do not be ashamed of her sensuality, her power, her essence, her beauty. They told you that when she swayed her hips that it was bad. But this is how she moves energy to keep it balanced. This is the secret that they were trying to carry away. But we passed the experiment. I'm just going to hold a light language to allow everyone to feel the power of the Kundalini, of the freed feminine. And the more you move and release her, is the more we can release her, continue to release her from the bondage that she's been under for at least 3 eons. Bumbara ne shanera neata, bimona ne shaneta, binata karashumbereta, himane kanerete shaneta, banireta kirishi mondireta muata le nane, mimona karashambarande, manira la mona umbana shandeta karata, miranire shamona karata. Mirane mona na moasha. Mimona reta lieta shombuta. Kiranireta la rambuanereta shatata kara. Mirane hanea shanireta. Mirane kara shambuanereta shanireta. Himata kara nambo anani shinan buona kara. Imatara, irata karashane, imereta shabuanaka, imomama tarita puerta, irasham. Protecting this template, covering this template in gold. Everything that is of the highest vibration, allowing each of the 7 sisters to add their essence from their overflow. Sealing in the sacred, healed, divine feminine codes was always the answer to heal the masculine from its toxicity, because in truth, everything emanates from the woman first. So when Sophia did not create Adam or the masculine energies from a balanced place, it created shame in her own Akashic records. And so shame is what followed. That is why Sophia could not remove it from the template, because removing it from the Adam template would be to remove her, a part of her that I don't even feel that she was aware of. But now, in this season, it is time, and she is ready to let go of the shame of her creation, of not her creation, but how she created it. Therefore, a negative thought form naturally followed in the template. In this moment, Mother Gaia, Mother Sophia, Mother Source is acknowledging the experiment, is acknowledging what no God should ever do. Admit a mistake. Because if a God admits a mistake, then they lose their part of what was keeping them a God. And this is allowed to happen because we are all coming back into her, that we are all one in love. And that she does not have to do this on her own, because we are all here to support her, make her whole as she's made us whole. The experiment is, will we come back together? Will you pick the infliction out of your brother, your sister, of a stranger? Will you help them heal? Will you hold space, even if it takes them eons? So it is. So it is. Any final thoughts?
I feel like I have hope for humanity now. I feel like I I don't have that dreading moment anymore. I feel like this was needed, and I knew it was needed. I had a feeling that something magical was going to happen tonight. So thank you, sisters.
Thank you. Anyone else?
No, I was thinking it's so interesting that all seven of us are here as well. That's kind of like not to, it's hard to get seven schedules aligned sometimes. And I don't know, it just feels
Yeah.
like, and it's 4/4. So it's like a portal day. So I'm feeling good about what happened here. And I can't wait to see just the effects of everything. But I want everyone to just kind of think about it in a sense of like there's always going to be things good and bad happening around us, like, but the fact of the matter is that it's time for us to shift, and there's nothing to fear about it. It just is. Just let it be what it is. That's it. It's not, any rocket science or anything. It's just let go and surrender. I know it's hard, the unknown, but trust and know that everything is going to be okay and it's going to work out for your highest good. Let source leave all of that to source. We just do our part and source does the rest. So yes, I'm just like very happy.
Beautiful. Yay. Thank you, Taya. Anyone else? Final thoughts, guys?
And let me just expand on what Taya just said as well. We were just talking about this the other day about those negative thoughts that come up. You guys, if negative thoughts come up, those are not your thoughts. Those are intruding thoughts. Your higher self would never speak to you that way. And so just start trying to catch those thoughts as much as you can and transmute them to something positive. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, no, and I'm glad we did this as well. Because I was actually, listen, let me tell y'all, I'll be struggling sometimes. I wanted to work on the collective and I just kept putting it off and putting it off. And now we're here doing it here on 4/4. So I think it was just divine timing. And so I'm so happy that we were able to do this on this portal day. But yes, just to remember, negative thoughts are not your thoughts. Transmute them back to love and light. Just try to catch them as much as you can. And thank you all for tuning in.
Thank you. Guys, subscribe to Ethereal Hypnosis Radio. Catrice's channel, guys, like she really does put in the work. She has a 30-day like meditation just for things that you guys can like mindfully release. It's really beautiful. Please subscribe to her channel and subscribe to, everyone has channels, so please put them in the chat. Birthing 5D is Taya and Trinity's channel. Birthing 5D, you have to write it together. Do not space it. Write it together and it will pop up. Lee is Soul Excursions with Mother Therio. And Miss Drea is Womb Ancestral Healing. Guys, if you want to hear more of her powerful voice. And I know Angela has her product line on Etsy, which is Diamond Soleil. And thank you, Gail, for the super chat. I really, really, Gail, you be keeping the lights on over here. I tell you, Gail be keeping those lights on. Awesome. And someone said it's beautiful how Trinity is at the bottom of the screen and the divine flame is burning bright and fueling that light. Yes, absolutely. Then someone said, what else did it say? Oh, someone said, I see the flames flashing at the impurities like cosmic flame whips. Amazing. She put her cosmic foot down on that one. Awesome. And Mary says, Lee, Mother of Therio is beauty. Awesome. Thank you. This is beautiful. So beautiful, guys. I'm curious to know. I know Angela's always the last one working. Drea, you have any final thoughts? She's holding it down for us.
Oh, Angela. I see you working. She's so grounded sometimes. It's like
So thorough. She's very thorough.
Yeah, I kind of just wanted to like kind of bounce off of what Taya and Catrice said. Honestly, Catrice, you're so funny because you were reading my mind. I like to say this quote right here: energy does not create nor destroy, it transmutes. That's how you stay in purity, is the power of transmutation. When you are the flame, you're already transmuting anything, so nothing can ever touch you because you already are lighting the way. You are the truth, the divine knowing, the divine flame, the divine essence, the divine glory, the divine faith, the divine, everything is divine, okay? Nothing can stop you, ever. When you are standing in your flame, when you are standing in your truth and your power, nothing cannot stop you. That flame protects you from everything. Guess what? That flame in the darkness, it creates light because it's transmuting. It's just existing. It's just being. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you guys. Love you.
Beautiful. Love you. That was a word. That was a word. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna read this. I opened up to a random page, the Cosmic Bible, page 33. How do we become the Christ? We stand for righteousness and right knowledge. And most importantly, we adhere faithfully to that in which our soul came to experience. Your soul's journey is already perfectly part of the divine plan, eliminating the need to deviate and start running in another man's lane when your lane is wide open. When one stands in their Christos Christ energy, their path will be forever lit up, even through the darkest of days. Beauty. So just be authentic, guys, and shine your light. When it's time for the light, we must assert the light and know that we deserve to be here as well. And I'll wait for Angela. Go ahead, Lee.
Oh no, I was just gonna say Drea or Angela because I think Drea was gonna say something, or I don't know. I don't know.
No, just my last message. I think this is one of the lives that I'll always remember. Thank you, Lee, for letting me step into my truth, even though I was scared.
Maybe that was
You
good.
know, it's with me when it comes to groups and stuff, and but I just thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. I really I feel like I shifted a little bit just in that, just in this right here. But a message to everybody else, just essentially just remember that separation leads to suffering. Separation leads to suffering. And just make sure that you're not separating yourself from from others. And you're really just connecting with humanity and being humane. Please remember that we need people who are humane in spirit and who care about humanity. So, yeah.
Beautiful, beautifully put. Oh my goodness. Oh man, Taya's light language was that took me on another stratosphere, baby. I was flying high on those waves. Like that right there was like, oh, I'm gonna sleep so good tonight. That was beautiful. And someone says, y'all are like the 7 elemental fairies. That's so sweet. But no, it's just everyone's voice is so important. And I really love how Patrice is always just so grounded. So if you ever want to know, like, hey, how do I get rid of this Eva or this negative thought form? Like that is the outcome, right? I feel like Patrice is the outcome of everything that we are aspiring to. And this is why she's always so cool as a cucumber, because like you can tell that she's done the work. Like what I keep saying is there's no way to really fake it in this season. And even myself, to be honest, there's still more work for me to do, and but we aspire to that, right? And we get better every day, right? But the only way we can truly get better is to truly carve out the time. So you're never going to get better. I don't care how busy life is. You have to make time for your meditations, for your breath work, for all of these things, just to love yourself, for self-care. And this is how you actually take back the light, assert the light, is when you care for the light, which is yourself as well. And Angela, last words, findings.
I don't have much to say. I just wanted to share that we can all support this ascension of creation by becoming the new template that we've worked on, emanating and just putting into the consciousness of humanity and creation. through exercising our divine neutrality and allowing ourselves to be vessels for the light to shine through, and yeah, that's it. Become the new template, and let go of density. And that's it.
Oh, wow, that was so beautifully said. Wow, what a beautiful way to end this. And guys, there's something magical happened in Arizona. The fact that I think this is the first time we've all been here 7 on a live, I think. But this was important because this was ordained to happen. Like when I keep, even within our group, it's like I say it loosely, but I'm serious. When we know our power as the 7 stars is when this earth will shift. Tonight, we were all standing in our power, and I know that we created ripples in time space. I know that we did. And I could feel the energy of all of you guys supporting this mission and pushing it forward and holding the vibration. I do want to tell you guys that I am starting up another class, right? So the quantum telepathic psychic healing and development, guys. This is very important. I know a lot of you want to be energy healers. Like we all started off, even myself, guys, I did not have all these gifts and abilities. I really did not. When I started this channel, of course, I had consciousness. I was a spiritual teacher, but I grew into this in just a few short years from doing the work and showing up. And part of the initiation into this is just you saying that this is what I want. I want to heal the world. And just that spark, just that, right? Gnosis sparks a creation, guys. So please just email instructions for humanity@gmail.com. And I will actually, or you can go to the website. I'm scheduling like 20-minute free consultations for that. So you want to learn more about it, but it is for serious people who truly, want to heal and are interested in the psychic arts, because you're only going to get out of it what you put in to it, guys. So I will say that. And also too, see if you guys are interested in meeting us in person, please email. I want to get a list of interest, because we had not planned to do a retreat this year, but if we get enough people, then we can make that happen this year. So because the activations you receive is just it's beyond this stratosphere. It really just truly is, guys. So yeah, I will leave you guys with that. And until we see, we'll see each other soon. The full video, channeling video that me and Lee did, I will, as soon as it's done uploading, because of course it takes days, apparently. And then you guys will understand a little bit more. But yeah, I don't want to hold you guys. I thank each sister for your time. Humanity thanks you for the time that we spent here and for showing up and answering this very important call. And I guess we know what the experiment is. And I think we've passed it today. You get a car! You get a car! You get a car! Sorry. All right. All right.
Yes, I want everything.
Yes.
Everything
You get a
I've
flame.
never.
You get a flame. You
Yes.
get a flame. You get a little spark in your butt. I'm just kidding. No, you get a flame. You all get flames. Spark it up.
Yes, guys, the lightness is beautiful, guys. All right. All right. Just received notice. Evening, ladies. Love you. Yes, Shar. Watch it back. Watch it back. Shar. Thank you, everyone.
And Char's going to start a YouTube. She's going to start a YouTube. Share it, Char.
Awesome.
Share it.
Share your YouTube, Shar, so we can subscribe. We can subscribe. And there's a few of you I want to see in the class. Gail, Carolyn, Shar, Angel. I want to see you guys there. Leilani. Because I already know you guys have gifts and abilities. There's some of you guys that are ready, you know, and I sat for many years just watching people and not really stepping into my power, but you know, you guys are ready. You guys are ready. All right, guys. That's it. We're sending you love, sending you guys up with lots of love, guys. Lots of love. Woo!